Who's texting you?
Susan.
Oh, fun.
Why do you need to know, nosy?
I didn't know if you got, like, an Instacart or something and, like, someone, like, was replacing something for something that's not.
No, I try not to get Instacarts while we're doing our recordings because inevitably they will try to replace a comb with a back scratcher.
Right. Welcome back to the I Want to Be Like You podcast, the mother-daughter podcast that will make you laugh, make you cry, and probably make you a little bit uncomfortable.
We're your hosts, Christina and Piper, and on this week's episode, I'm going to be asking Piper some thought-provoking questions. It is going to be a little bit more of an intense episode. In a second, we're going to start off with me skinning Binks alive as he destroys my door. We've also got Jay negotiating not brushing his teeth for bed on the baby monitor. If you want to go ahead and turn that down. Thank you. All right, so there we go. We're starting off on a great note already, guys.
Sorry.
It's all right. On to the questions.
Okay.
Do you want me to start with some easy ones to just ease us in, or you want me to just jump right into the hard ones?
Whatever you want.
All right. First, we're just going to do some, typical starting off a new school year. Why does my teacher have to ask me these stupid fucking questions in class? Questions.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I want you to describe yourself in 5 words.
To describe myself in 5 words?
Yeah, legitimately.
Paranoid.
Don't be weird.
Paranoid.
Really? You think you're
I'm definitely paranoid.
What are you paranoid about?
I'm just scared that no one likes me.
Oh, you are like that.
All the time. I'll constantly ask, am I bothering you? Am I annoying you? And then because I ask those questions, I end up annoying that person.
Why do you think you're like that? You do that. You do that all the time. I was like, how do I say this again without saying do again?
I don't know. I think it's just this constant fear that from elementary school when people would be like, oh, you're just bothering me so much. So I'd be like, oh, I can do that? And then it's just this constant thought that maybe I'm annoying this person. And it's just anxiety.
I'm sure everybody has those thoughts.
What's it called when you're always there for someone?
Supportive?
Supportive, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, that's 4 words?
5.
No, did I just list 4 words or 3?
You've only listed 2.
No, I said caring and supportive.
You said paranoid and supportive. I did not hear caring.
I said caring. It was right as you said supportive.
Oh, okay, so 3.
Okay.
I would consider caring and supportive the same.
Yeah. Okay, so 2. Shy.
You can be, yeah. Not once you get to know people, though.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're, in a setting that's, in theater, you are not shy at all.
No, absolutely not. Well, if it's with a new theater, then yeah, I'm shy on, the first 2 days or so. But after that, not really. Kind.
Okay.
I would say funny. It's when I say the most, sometimes unhinged things that I'm funny.
I think you're really funny. I would definitely describe you as funny.
Thank you.
But I think you're funniest when you're not trying to be.
Yeah. When I just say random things.
No, I mean just when you respond, just honestly, with just who you are. It's funny. When do you feel that a child or a teen should be able to make their own decisions?
In what setting? Because, if I feel if it's, making their own decision and setting boundaries, then at a young age.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like to be touched, hugged, anything really, unless it's, someone I'm really, really close with, one of my, really good friends, the people from Oz.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
What do you think about adults that say that young teens, or teens in general, that say they are gay or bisexual or trans or anything like that when it comes to identity or sexuality, don't have the self-awareness to make that decision because they're so young? What do you think about that?
I think that...
Do you think that's true? Do you agree with that?
Honestly, no.
And why or why not?
Literally, I don't care. Just make your own choice, and people shouldn't have an opinion on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
'Cause
so basically, you think it's not anyone else's call?
No.
Anyway.
No.
Okay.
Not really their business either.
I would agree with that. Okay, I'll ask a couple more light ones, and then I'm going to get into the really intense ones.
Oh, okay. I can see your tit.
What? Okay, you can see my side boob. You can't see my tit.
Oh.
You just like to say the word tit.
It's a funny word.
So, your daddy and I were never married.
I know.
How do you feel about people that think if someone gets pregnant, they should get married? Do you think your life was better because your daddy and I were never married, or worse?
I definitely think better, because I will say, when I was a tiny bit younger, it was kind of hard getting to, like, I don't know, it was just kind of hard for me not really understanding why y'all weren't married, but at the same time, you would be like, it just didn't really work out, we were just too young, which, it's not understandable for me, but, like, at the same time it is. I think it was definitely better because while I did and do have a great relationship with my dad, it was just, like, kind of...
honest.
It was just kind of, like, weird to me, because, like, he's a cop, you know, so he's, like, really busy. So, like, I didn't get to see him that much. But I do think it was definitely better, because now I see him, like, really whenever I can. And I have 2 siblings over there, which I love so much, even though they're insane.
I mean, in all honesty, you'd probably still have that now. The only
Yeah.
difference is we'd be divorced.
Yeah. Which, like, that's part of the reason, because, like, I know 2 of my friends whose parents are divorced, and it was, like, really, really hard for them at that time. And, well, yeah, it is hard on the parent. It's also hard on the kid, because, it, like, from what I've heard, it makes the kid think, like, why don't my parents love each other? So, like, what is real love? Which, like, I felt so bad for them. So I definitely think it was for the better that you guys never got married. Because of that, and just because you 2 pretty much had, like, in my opinion, had, like, separate lives. You know? But yeah.
Were you ever sad about that?
That y'all weren't married? No. I definitely think it was for the better. He's meant to be with my stepmom, and you were meant to be with David.
Okay. I just always wonder what you felt about that, because I have always known that your daddy and I did it correctly, because I do not agree that just because someone gets pregnant, they should get married.
Yeah.
Because... And I know...
Now, if you were planning to marry them before they got pregnant, then...
That's different.
Yeah, I don't care.
I know that your daddy felt the same way.
Yeah.
The most important thing for us was that you know that we love you.
Yeah.
What we didn't want was for you to have a false sense of a family or a love between me and him.
Yeah.
That didn't exist.
Yeah.
And then for that rug to be pulled out from under you.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not saying that we didn't love each other when you were created.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
As what David and I have, or what he and Amber have.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just one of those things, and that's what I've tried to teach you, too, is that this the right thing to do, you know, for, like, having children or creating a family or whatever it may be. It's, like, the kind of damage that belief can cause down the line is just not, I didn't want to create that for you.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't want to set me and your daddy up to be that unhappy later. Yeah. You know, I mean, we fought, of course, that's going to happen, you know. I mean, that would have happened anyway. We were young. Like, yeah, it was going to happen anyway. It could have been so much worse. And it would have been so much worse if we had listened to, like, other fucking old people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, like, sugarcoat things. You have heard okay. One thing that I know has happened in front of you from not only you telling me, but from other people that have been around telling me. How do you feel when someone talks bad about me to you, or when someone talks bad about your daddy to you? How does that make you feel? Because that's a huge...
It honestly makes me feel really annoyed, because...
That's a huge problem for me. That's something I have a really big problem with.
Yeah.
I've always been really careful to draw that line. I do not let people talk shit about your daddy. Yeah. If you are around. I don't allow that.
Yeah. I think it does make me really upset, because it's not their place to be talking about... If their kid is around, don't talk bad about the other parent. Yeah. That's really, honestly, immature and rude.
And it hurts the kid.
Yeah, because then you think, like, is my parent, like, really this bad? Like, I know that you're not a bad person or anything. Right. But, like, then it makes the kid think, like, is my parent, like, a bad person? Did they do something wrong? Like, what happened that I don't know about? And then it makes you start really questioning things, but I definitely don't think, Like, I think it's not the person's place to be talking about that in front of the kid or just in general. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I don't, that's, you know, you and I have always had a special bond, special relationship, and I'm always very transparent with you about everything. But, like, even when you were little, you know, your daddy and I were never together. Or, we were when we created you.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously. But I mean, like, in the sense of when you were younger.
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
know.
growing up, you know. But it didn't change the fact that, like, when you're with me, all you need to know is that you're with me and that your daddy, who loves you very much, it's just somewhere else. Mm-hmm. You know, like, he's just not there. He's at work, or he's, you know, doing whatever. But if he calls and he wants to talk to you, like, he's on the phone. Or if you want to call him, like, we'll call and see if he can talk, or like whatever's happening, you know. Mm-hmm. I never allowed my family or my friends or anyone like that to talk badly about him around you. And luckily, because people know me pretty well, I think I maybe had to, like, stop that from happening twice.
Yeah.
Because people typically don't make mistakes like that around me.
Yeah.
Because I would be real quick to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
But I do know from you telling me that it has happened with someone saying bad things to you about me.
Yeah.
And you can talk to me about anything, but I do hope that you know that that's not a reflection on you.
Yeah, I know.
Or on your daddy, for that matter.
I know.
You know.
You told me that.
Yeah. Or, you know, the relationship that he and I have, you know, or any of that. What stresses you out more than anything right now?
Well, right now, my cat.
No, okay. Legitimately stresses you out. Like, what's your biggest worry in life right now?
Is that whenever, this is gonna sound kind of silly, but it does stresses me out, is that whenever my friend leaves me undelivered for like 3 or so days, and I'm like, did I do something wrong?
I think we all have that fear.
Yeah, even though I like don't think I did anything wrong, they still haven't told me if I did anything wrong. I mean, they answered me, but they never answered if I did something wrong. Other than that, definitely helping you with Milo's party, mostly because my dearest brother Jay is insane, and you know how he was acting today with the chairs. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's literally just the boys, and Binks.
I'm gonna kill him.
Because I know that they're just little, and like I saw this like reel the other day that was like, don't worry, the small fingerprints will go away soon, I promise. And like I was like, oh, that made me feel better. Right as I watched that video, Jay decided to shove his hand in the peanut butter jar. It's okay. It was like the top part, so I was able to scoop it out and use it on his toast.
Gross.
I know. But yeah, that's it.
Ugh. Every time you post on our stories,
oh no,
and it asks you to rate your happiness, you never rate it above a 6.
Clearly, you didn't look at the one I posted on like March 3rd.
Okay, well, can I ask you,
why?
What do you think is keeping you from being happy?
School.
Right now.
School, and I know that sounds like you're such a teenager. Of course, school doesn't make you happy.
I mean, school can be stressful.
I know, it's like that. It's like school makes me so stressful to the point to where like I just want to cry because my history teacher, I love her, but she keeps assigning assignments every like 2 hours of the day.
Every 2 hours?
And I'm not even lying. She keeps a new version of Java is available. And it's just like so annoying. So like that was part of it. Also like that I just like really missed my friends. And as Kate told me, seasonal depression, and it made me giggle.
I mean, that is a thing.
Yeah, I know.
I don't experience that because I fucking love winter.
But yeah, I mostly just missed my friends, and especially because, like, I just got out of, like, a 3-month play plus rehearsal, you know, like, with that 3 months.
I know you get bummed after...
Yeah, because, like, we're all great friends.
Yeah.
And so, like, and I'm always scared that, like, next year I'm not going to get in. So, like, I mean, even if I don't, I'm still going to go see them on opening night. But still,
you are, girl.
It's just, like, so stressful and, like, sad if you don't get in next year. So that's part of the reason why. Mm-hmm. But March is always when, like, I start, like, I told Kate the other day, don't count, if you say that some year is going to be your year, don't count the first 2 months. Because sometimes those are really stressful, for me at least.
Yeah.
It's just like the new year, and so like a bunch of like stuff is happening. But then once you get to like March until the end of the year, that's when it's going to be your year. Not the first 2 months. Don't count the first 2 months. But the rest of the months you can count. Just not the first 2 months. Binks, go away! It worked. Never mind. We should start listening to Korn.
Okay. If you had enough money, like if you won the lottery today and you never had to work a day in your life,
Okay.
what would you do with the rest of your time?
Okay, this is going to be like such like a, like, of course you would do that answer. But I would definitely give half of that money to homeless people or like anything that could like need help.
I could definitely see you doing that.
Yeah. Then the other half I would use, would I have my own house? Like what age am I? The age I am now?
Yeah, age you are now.
Okay. Well, then I would just buy every single thing in Conan Gray's shop.
I mean,
and probably
you could buy a house, I guess.
And probably some boba. Girl, no.
You'd buy boba.
Yeah. Along with Conan Gray's records. Anything. I could even buy him.
I wouldn't recommend buying people.
Oh.
We want to, we kind of want to stay away from that.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Then
don't
I
really
could buy a plane ticket and be his roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe, offer to be his roommate. But, maybe not force. Yeah.
Yeah.
Binks, shut the hell up. What are you most afraid of?
Failure.
Really?
Yes. And sharks. and honestly,
sharks.
and eels. Anything in the sea.
Eels are disgusting.
Anything in the sea other than a regular little goldfish. Especially octopus. Man, those things... Octopi. Those things are creepy. They have 8 legs, and apparently each leg has a mind of its own.
I know. It
That
freaks
is
me out.
Freaky, man.
I know, I hate that.
And they got a big brain. They look like Megamind.
Yeah, I know.
It's so creepy. I hate it.
I know. Have you ever looked up, I can't remember, what they're actually called, but they're, the biggest octopi in the world?
No.
Okay, we'll look them up after this.
Okay.
What is something that's been said to you in life? Pick one thing that you will never forget.
Okay.
Good or bad.
This is good. Do you remember when I think it was December 31st, when Emmy texted me and was like, you've definitely been the best part of my year?
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's definitely that. It's for my best friends, it's like my Roman Empire for my best friends.
Okay, I love that.
So definitely that.
Okay. Do you have any bad habits? Really bad habits?
I'll clean my room, then the next day I have 5 pieces of clothes on my floor.
Okay, that's a bad habit that you wish you could break?
Yes.
Binks is absolutely insane.
Also probably texting my friends too much.
Okay, I would say that you are absolutely on your device too much.
Yeah.
When you're older, do you think that you will live close to me and David or far away?
I feel a little bit of ways. I feel y'all will live in Chicago and I'll either live in New York.
We probably won't live in Chicago.
Oh, where would y'all live?
I don't know. I'm not saying we won't live in Chicago
either
at
way,
some point.
But
Chicago is not our end game.
Either way, I'm gonna be in either New York or LA.
Okay.
Probably for college or just to live there.
Okay. Where do you want to, for now? Of course, this could change. But right now, where do you want to end up?
To live?
Mm-hmm. And what do you want your career to be?
I definitely want to do something in the acting industry or
Okay.
if I had a voice, singing or something
in the arts?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not drawing. Because
are you still interested in special effects makeup?
Yeah.
Okay.
So something in the arts, but not specifically doing art, drawing it on a piece of paper.
Right.
Because like I said on a different episode, that's more of an outlet, and I wouldn't want that to become my job, than it to become stressful.
Okay. But where would you want to end up?
LA.
LA?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'd rather live in LA than New York?
Yes. But as you know, me and Kate would have taken over it, so it would still be my home, in a way.
Okay. What's your greatest strength and what's your greatest weakness?
My greatest strength? And what?
Life.
I feel like no matter what, my greatest strength is that no matter what, I'll always be there for my friends. Can that be a strength? Like, I'll always be there for you?
I don't think that your strength should be centered around what you do for other people, no. I think it should be more about who you are. Like, something about yourself. And I have that same problem. A lot of people do, where they measure who they are based on what they can give to other people.
Right.
And I think that's a mistake, because when we start basing our value on what we do for others, we also start basing, like, that means that when we haven't done things for other people, we lessen our value.
Yeah.
And that can be a real problem.
Well, I'd say my weakness then is caring too much about others. Not in a bad way. Just like I'm constantly focused on others and not myself. My strength? I don't know. I don't really think about my strength. I mean, I know I'm a good person. I'm very confident in who, like, I know who I am. So, like, I'm not worried about, like, if someone tells me, like, oh, you can't do this, you can't be this. I'm, like, automatically, like, no, I don't care what you think.
I'm glad you got there. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is your greatest strength as well. Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. That's definitely your greatest strength. I admire that a lot about you. You are very self-assured. I envy that. I've never met a teenager or young, like a woman or a young woman for that matter, that is as confident in who they are as you are. And I love that. It honestly lets me know that I've done something right. I would have given anything to have that amount of self-confidence. I would have given anything to have half of it. You know who you are, and you're proud of who you are, and you should be. And
Thank you.
The confidence that you have in yourself translates to the confidence that you give others in your life.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard for you to help your friends or people you love feel confident in themselves, because you know that comes from within.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of goes back to that saying of, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Uh-huh.
You know, you're very sure of who you are. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I also love that you aren't affected by shitty people that say shitty things and ugly comments. Like, for the most part, you're just kind of like, what a sad, pathetic person you are. Or you're like, oh, you need a hug. Or like, you need a piece of chocolate. When was the last time somebody smiled at you? Somebody's cranky, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I love that about you. I hope you never lose that. That's definitely your greatest strength.
Thanks.
And it's a beautiful thing, my friend. I love that about you. I would say your biggest, and what's really weird, on the flip side of that, your biggest weakness, ironically enough, is how self-deprecating you are.
That is true. That's true.
Do you see how ironic that is?
That is very ironic. Like that song.
You're so confident in who you are. And yet, in the same vein, I have never heard someone make fun of themselves as much as you do. And I hate that part.
I'm sorry.
You're so down on yourself sometimes. Like, when you do get down on yourself, you get really down on yourself.
Oops.
And I hate that. Because none of the things that you say are true.
Okay, but it's things that people have told me.
But they're not true. None of them. None of them are even remotely based in fact.
I know, but when you're a kid, it's like, it's stuck in your brain.
I know that, and that's why I try to correct it. But you know it's not true, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know that you think I'm crazy whenever you say that and I get mad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even fussing at you. You know, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
When you say it, I'm mad at what you're saying, because it's just not true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's why whenever you are, like, really feeling yourself and you're like, I look good, you know, I'm like, yeah, you do, girl, killing it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really crazy is that it's never about, like, I grew up with such body image issues.
Yeah.
I was always told that the way I looked wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Something was always wrong with me.
Yeah.
You know, I either wasn't skinny enough, or even though I did weigh my, quote, ideal weight, I wasn't toned enough, or, you know, I didn't have the right shape, or, you know, my hair wasn't long enough.
That is so stupid.
Yeah,
like,
but it was things like that I was told. And so you and I, it's so funny, we're kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Which is probably why we complement each other so well. But at the same time, I don't want you to... And maybe I've messed up a little bit in that way. Maybe I've given you so much of what I didn't have that I forgot to give you some of what I do have.
What do you mean?
If that makes sense. Like, I worked so hard to overcompensate what I didn't have.
Yeah.
Growing up, that I forgot to give you what I did have, what I did give myself.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've always known about myself is who I am.
Yeah.
As a person. I work very hard to stay morally sound.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that.
Yeah.
I do everything I can above board. It doesn't matter who's treated me badly, what they've done, what they've said about me, what they've done to me, who they are, you know, friends, family, in-laws, whoever they may be. It doesn't matter what they've done or said. I like to be able to look back on any situation and know that everything I did was above board. That's the one thing I have. The one thing I can hold on to is that I know, no matter what, I can look at a situation, I can look at all the receipts and know that I did everything I could right. Mm-hmm. That I did everything, as David puts it, in lawful good.
Yeah.
You know, because I like to know that no matter what someone pulls out on me, or whatever evidence they have, they can't show me something where I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Everything they show me, I can say with total confidence, I would do it the exact same way again.
Yeah.
So, I never doubt who I am as a person on the inside.
Yeah.
I always doubt my looks.
You're beautiful, though,
because,
so I don't understand.
No, just listen. Thank you, I love you, but just listen.
Love you too.
I always doubt who I am on the outside. Okay, I don't have confidence in who I am on the outside. But it is really hard for someone to attack me as a person.
Yeah.
You're the opposite.
Yeah.
I gave you all the confidence in the world in who you are. And I try to give you all the confidence in the world in who you are as a whole. Yeah. As a whole person. I want you to know that you're perfect just the way you are. In the way you look, and the way you feel, and who you love, and how you love, and, you know, whatever you choose to be in life, and whoever you choose to be with, you know, all of that. But I did work so hard to shield you from certain comments about your body or your weight, that, because I wanted to protect you from certain levels of toxicity when it comes to that now I know that you don't have those problems.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But when you do have your moments of being self-deprecating, it's always about who you are on the inside.
Yeah.
You make comments about you being annoying.
Yeah, it's never about my body or anything.
It's never about your body.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever really struggled with my body. Like, I like to work out. It's fun. Mm-hmm. But, like, I mostly just do it because it's fun.
Right.
And that's it. And, like, I love food. So.
Amen, sister.
It's delicious.
If I ever did make that mistake, that's something I should work on now, because that is why I try to correct that now. And whenever you say something about who you are on the inside, it makes me mad. And I correct that now, because somewhere along the line I got so concerned with protecting you from those levels of, you know, verbal and emotional abuse, that I forgot to make sure that I also made sure you understood that when I was telling you that you're perfect just the way you are, that included on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know that you know that I love you, and I don't think you're annoying. You're my best friend.
Thanks.
You know, we do everything together. Then you had these other little shithead, frankly, bitches that you went to elementary school with that were, you know, little assholes bullying you and punching you in the ribs and shit, that said these things to you that just weren't true.
Yeah.
That stuck with you. And so now I'm stuck sitting here going, that's not true. You know that's not true, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I know, but. And I'm like, no, but. That's not true.
Do you have any more questions?
No. I think I learned a lot here. I'll make a deal with you, though.
What?
I'll work on being confident about my outside if you work on your confidence with your inside.
Okay.
Deal.
Deal.
Pinky promise?
Pinky promise.
Or as Jay says, promise with the pinky?
Yeah. But he does it with, like, I think he does it with his middle finger.
I don't think he knows which one's his pinky.
I told him it's a tiny one, but all his fingers are tiny.
He's like, so this one?
Yeah.
On a different note, guys, a couple days ago, Piper and I scored tickets to see Conan Gray and
AKA
Maisie
my
Peters.
husband.
Yep, AKA her husband and Maisie Peters in Atlanta on October 4th. And we're so excited. And when we go, we're going to take you guys with us, and we are going to do our podcast live that Friday. It's going to be so much fun, and we're going to do a full takeover on our Instagram. We're going to post live stories throughout the day of us walking around Atlanta, eating the foods, all that good stuff, getting ready, and post videos from the concert. It's going to be so much fun. We're so excited. Obviously, that's way in October. We just thought we'd share that because we're so excited. Yay! We totally put that out in the universe. I don't care what anybody says. Manifesting works because Maisie Peters is one of my favorite artists. And the fact that we're going to see a concert with Conan Gray and Maisie Peters.
I know.
What the hell?
I know the, like, besties, but still, I didn't know that they toured together.
I didn't know that either. And the fact that now, not only are we going to see, like, seriously, we knew we were going to go see Conan at some point. But now we're seeing Conan and Maisie. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay. And I honestly have no idea what we're going to talk about next week. So I guess you'll just have to tune in to find out.
Yeah.
Guess we'll just talk about our week or whatever the hell we want.
Or, like, great music artists.
Yeah. I think from now on, you'll just tune in and find out what we talk about. Let's not have a plan.
One day we'll talk about these dogs.
I'm not talking about your damn feet. Weirdo.
Okay.
Okay. Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. I laughed.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, guys, and sticking with us.
Yeah. Love you.
Yeah.
Some
Don't
of
forget
y'all.
that we love you, and you're beautiful on the inside and out. Isn't that
And
right?
your feet are gorgeous.
Ugh. Okay. Sure. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook so you never miss an episode. We'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye. Yeehaw.